Well, if you've seen my last video where I was repairing one of the columns in the store, you can see why at the end I said it doesn't matter anyway. All of these columns in this store are rotten out. So me and Big Tom are going to do our best to knock these things out and save this customer from a liability suit. What's up, YouTube? Melton Metal Anthony back here again, and we are going to the same column job that you've seen me in the $1,000 a night or 6 hours or whatever I named it column job, and we're gonna go replace all of those columns tonight. You guys may have seen that snippet of me and Big Tom building them. Well, tonight me and Big Tom start putting them in. We're estimating this at a 2-night job, which brings me to this really oddly painted hotel. As you can see, it's super odd, but I've got El Carcol with me. We got all the tools we need. Tom is on his way down right now with the trailer full of the galvanized poles. So it's all right. It's not the best hotel, not the worst. A little scabby out front. What the fuck is that? Oh, dry your clothes. Right. The columns. So we're gonna come in here. We've deemed a lot of these columns structurally unsound. So we're gonna take them out one by one, shoring in between. So we're gonna just take our shores, pop them up underneath, right next to where the columns unbolt. Let's see if I can get that. Right, and the guys you see helping me last time, they're here again. And they're gonna be getting everything prepped out for me and ready for me to take the column down. I've got Big Tom here with me, and then one of the associates from the store is gonna be sticking around so they can open and close the door for us. I guess we're in a bad neighborhood and people try to come up in here in the middle of the night if this is open.
Coming through, watch out!
Speeding by. Tom's certified. Tom, you're certified, right?
Yeah, don't tell anybody I don't got my harness on. Oh, and then also I forgot my fucking chain here too. Don't take any advice from me.
Oh, you got that. Oh, I thought it would be a lot heavier.
No, I'm just walking in there.
Yeah, let's just walk this shit in there. So we're just gonna start with 4 for now because I'm not sure how this job is gonna go. I hope we're just gonna be able to slam these things up and it's not gonna be too difficult. But this game, you never know what's really gonna happen. So best of luck, but I'm not hoping on it. All right, move your truck, Big Tom.
What's that?
Move your truck.
Yell at me.
Move it.
Alright, testing. Watch it out. Welding like in a
Yeah, that's not a big deal. Come up that. So each of these columns was uniquely sized. None of them were uniform. I don't know how that happened. I assume this thing came as a kit. So we had to cut them each individually at the job. So the situation we're in, our shoring pole is about a foot short. So what we're gonna do is Tom is gonna take some scrap 4x4 I had laying around. We're gonna cut that down to a foot and we're gonna go ahead, weld it to the bottom of the pole, the shoring pole. And we're gonna weld a 1/2-inch plate to the bottom of what we weld onto the shoring pole. Just use a fucking grinder. time at least. The blade got its final cut.
At this point, I was about sick of getting burnt, so I went ahead and I grabbed my welding jacket and finished my weld out.
Guess what? When I work for night shift, you need that.
They call you the somber ramming speed. This shit's gonna get so much rusted. You need me to switch wood and plate? Oh, that bitch moves?
Yeah, fucking
I didn't know that move.
So what Tom is doing here is removing the self-tappers they had put between the trusses and the columns. We ended up replacing these with brand new stainless steel tappers.
That's 11/16 3/4.
Yep,
3/4, okay. Woo! Actually, I'll give you the WD-40 again, just in case.
Yeah.
What you see Tom doing here is removing the bolts that connected the truss to the column. And now I'm just removing the nuts from the red head. In hindsight, I probably could have just cut these with a torch, which I think we ended up doing later on.
Child, woo! One is out. It's exciting. Yeah. Oh, I guess over here for now.
Here, Big Tom's just cutting the column down to size.
What I'm gonna do so I don't have to do any thinking, because I don't like to think too much. I'm gonna go ahead and you put this right up against here, and we're gonna go ahead and color this in. I can probably even do it with my hand. And we'll get the holes, we'll get the shape of the column, and we'll just line this right up on our column and trace it. Yeah, right there where the holes go. So that's gonna be our pattern right there. And I cut it off at the bottom of the hole so that way we can line it up with the holes and the top. Because the sides are fucked.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm sure we could scoot it one way or another if we have to, but at least we know that the holes are spaced correctly. Now,
Oh, shit. You tell them to turn these damn sprinklers off? It might come on.
So as we quickly found out, because you can tell even with me speeding it up and as quick as I did, this is 24 times, that this is extremely slow and not the way to get this done on site. But unfortunately, dealing with this prefab stuff, I was kind of out of ideas up until Tom suggested something after this.
so Big Tom got the holes drilled out for us with the mag drill. Now we're gonna slam this thing up in the air. We may try a couple other techniques to make the holes come out. Tom was talking about doing like a hot rod technique where we just turn the amperage way up on the welder and push a 60-10 through it. That might be the way to go. We might play with that in a little bit just to see, but I wanna make sure that the holes are aligned properly. That's kind of why I like what we did here. Is a little time consuming though. I think we're about 45 minutes per 4 holes on this. And if we do when we do the other ones, there's 6 holes to be drilled as opposed to just 4.
This is where we figured out the pattern technique wasn't going to work. Even with the use of a rat tail to try to align the holes, we couldn't get it to slip through. It would go through one side but not the other, even though we drilled straight through the column.
Fuck. Bullshit. Reds are fucked on this. Yeah, you're just gonna have to. Here, drill it real quick from this side. Yeah, you go. Yeah, don't align on the other side now. Old midnight train. There it is. Fucking A.
So finally, we get to the part where we can go ahead and impact these down. We're actually about 3.5 hours deep just in this one column. Here we're on the self-tapper portion of it, where we just have to self-tap this truss right into the column. Unfortunately,
I broke it. It'll work, but I just snapped the head right off.
Yeah, you gotta, there's no way we can do it. We're gonna have to pre-drill it. Hold on, right quick, hold on. Just in case that bit snaps. I don't want it to go into your fucking eye. Because you're putting some pressure on that, it's a skinny ass bit.
Fucking moving.
Yeah. Alright, so let's take a minute. What else can we do here? I had 16 rod. Like 16.
Yeah.
I don't know what, maybe you put in the machine and just try to push through and then just try to self-tap it behind it.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's the only thing. What other ways can we bore a hole?
Yeah, that is a torch, but
Or we hang the mag drill up there, but that's gonna be a fucking
no, I ain't dealing with
torch. We hang the metal torch, so it's too small.
that. Let's try the 16. Alright, let's set it up.
Let's try to do it. I mean, that's the only. I mean, really, there's no other options. I'm trying to think of better ways to fucking do it, but it's.
in case you didn't catch it, what we did was hot rodded right through the existing self-tapper that got stuck in the hole, and it ended up working out pretty well.
I think you never really put any into this, you know. By yourself anyway.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, man.
Anyway. They make you park here, but they
So what you see him putting in the holes is anchoring epoxy. It was requested by the customer that we do this.
do them before, you know, it's you put it right back up, you know. Okay.
You guys good enough?
I know what some of you are going to say, don't use an impact on redheads. Well, I do it all the time, and it works, so if it ain't broke.
Liquid cocaine.
So we end up cutting this column in half. This was the bent one I repaired in that last video because it just would not come out.
Hold on. Do you want to get you out of the way first?
No, get a pry bar. It's only an 1/8 inch pull. I got it. Yeah, this thing's bent fucking 6 ways.
Yeah. Do that same.
So what the problem ended up being was that the contractor requested that we bump the size of the poles up to 3/8 when they were originally 1/8 of an inch. And it really just wasn't feasible for us to drill through that in a timely manner and accurately, especially with the time allotted. So what we did was just lanced it and then went behind it with the drill to wallow it out to exactly the right size.
That one right there. That one right here.
Here Tom's just slipping the bolts through.
All right, guys, we had a hell of a time with the first one. The second one, we went ahead and we continued to use that hot rod or plunge technique or lancing technique, whatever you guys want to call it, redneck lancing. I've heard all sorts of names for it. Tom's been breaking his ass. He's been getting it done. We're on pole number 3. I think we did the second one in like 45 minutes. If we can keep that pace up, then I might make a couple of dollars on this job. At this rate, I'm going negative. It ain't broke.
Don't fix it.
Got it?
Yep.
And a little galvanized paint just to touch up.
All right, so it's about 5 a.m. We were able to knock out only 3 poles, which is not good. You think we're gonna finish up tomorrow, Tom?
If all the poles go the way the last 2 poles did, yeah.
I hope that's how it goes.
And if they let us get out in here a little earlier, we definitely can get it done.
Well, you heard it here, folks. I make no judgments. I'm gonna tell you that right now. On time estimates, I've just learned in this business, it's just, there's no, everybody wants a time, and I'm like, when it gets done. But anyway, done with day 1. All right, guys, so we're here for night 2. They're already disassembling all the stuff that goes in the column we're gonna start with. I'm waiting on Big Tom. He's bringing us the columns, obviously, and the wood that I like to set underneath the shoring poles or the poling shores or whatever. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna get cracking on this one. Hopefully we do a little better than we did last night. We were only able to replace 3 poles last night. Tonight, I think the goal is like 7 we'd like to get done. That'll bring us to a total of 10, leaving 3 left for the final night. When we get deeper into the building here, the poles are just gonna get more inaccessible and more difficult for us to get into. So I'm actually gonna go over a plan with these guys to try to figure out what we're gonna do there. So Big Tom's got these things shored up, ready to go. This pole is ready to come out. We're gonna go ahead and knock this thing out now. How are we gonna get that out around that box?
I thought you was talking about something different.
No, I'm talking about the electrical box. Yeah, it's just, it's only a quarter away.
How are we gonna get that
You
out?
can unscrew that and then take the wires and go that way, and we might be able to slip out from underneath it. Is that unscrew?
I need a wrench. Give me a channel
tussle
lock.
bolt?
The challenge on this one was an electrical junction box that was right at the top of the column. So went ahead and got Tom some channel locks, and we disconnected that, and he pulled the column right out. So while Tom's trimming the pole down to size, I go ahead and cut the existing red heads out of the ground and get ready to put the new one up. So it's pretty much rinse and repeat for the rest of these poles. It is a little tedious to try to get these things in and out, and does take us about an hour and a half per, unless there's big obstacles for us to get around.
I'm a damn sure about myself.
So instead of moving all these plants or making the guys move all these plants, we go ahead and we just decide that we're going to soak these things down and continue to soak them down while we lance the holes in the pole. That way we don't catch nothing on fire or ruin the quality for the future customers.
Me and Tom will carry the heavy ones in now.
Tell you what, guys, this night schedule shit is killing me. I just got done with like lunch, I guess, or dinner, lunch/dinner, and I'm at the hotel. The truck right there. I'm gonna go in my room and try to sleep a little bit more before we gotta go back and finish these final 5 columns tonight.
All right, guys. I don't even know if I filmed me like kind of leaving last night. I don't think I did. It's been a tough job, mostly because of the time restrictions. We can only be in here between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. So essentially we have about 8 to 7 hours of working time each night to try to complete this. We were able to finish 5 columns last night. We have 5 more to do today, and I'm hoping we can complete those. The only issues I'm foreseeing is that the 5 that we have to do today are 5 of the most difficult. 3 of them are the most difficult. Just kind of too much stuff around them. So right now I'm just waiting for one of the managers to open up this door. I'll get the truck backed in. Big Tom will show up here probably in about another 30-45 minutes. Hopefully by then we have the pole shored up and bolts removed and it on its way out. Got 5 to do. Don't worry about that. Close it off so nobody else walks into here.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing sparks on people and shit.
The last thing I wanted was the public being thrown into the mix with the difficulty at this job as it was.
Hey, Tom.
All right.
Go ahead and wiggle that pole for me. That looks structurally sound to me.
How long do you think that's been there? Just like that. How long do you think it's been like that?
At least a few years.
Nailed it. Get up, watch out for those.
So I call this processing lancing. Tom calls it hot rod. What do you call it? Leave your answer in the comments in the section below. Let me know what you call it, where you're from, all right? Is that it?
I just got 2 more holes, but I got 2 through. All right, I got the 2 first. The top 2 are it.
Are we gonna have enough slack? Yeah, we're gonna have enough lead for all of them. Good.
Honestly, only thing we're worried about is that one because that's shorter. If you think about it, we just reroute it through.
No, we got enough. We got like 10 feet coiled up here.
Good.
I mean, it's gonna be kind of close, but not
I'll make it
that
work.
bad. Yeah.
All right, hey, go ahead.
You got the bolted?
Yep, I'm putting the nuts on now.
Hey, Big Tom's got the top nuts in. That means it's time for me to hammer drill the anchors in, epoxy them, set them, and then crank them down. He's gonna go back up there and do the self-tapper end of this. The guys are over there moving all the stuff so we can get onto the next pole. As soon as we get everything done here, we gotta shore up that side and then move on to the third one for the night.
So if you couldn't tell, what I'm doing here is holding the vacuum with one hand and hammer drilling at the same time, so that way I don't have to try to suck the dust out of the hole.
Do you need it?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, man. I would do it, but I done crawled out from underneath here about 13 times now, so.
Well, might as well make a 14, Ant, okay?
I know. Fucking typical welder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, bud.
Something with everything.
Apparently that was reversed.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Nope, the whole fucking thing's spinning for some reason. Tom, you got that wrench?
Yeah, sorry. You have absolutely no more lead.
Oh, what about that pickle fork?
Pickle fork's around somewhere. I have it out.
I need either a flathead or a pickle fork.
Yeah, dude, we need that lead.
Thank God.
I mean,
I need more of that epoxy. Oh, thank God it's not spinning anymore.
there's that wood that the plant base.
When you did look at it with me, I forget what we were saying about it. Got it?
Fuck. No, I don't know.
Fuck, what happened? Where's that one? All right, guys, this is the final pole we have to replace. So, Austin and Seabird over here are shoring it up, getting it ready for Tom to come and take it apart up top. While they're doing that, I'm going to break the bolts out the bottom. Yep. Hopefully this goes smooth.
keep one hand on it.
Yeah, my right thumb ain't really gripping nothing.
All right, you ready? Yeah. Get a quick clean on that down there, and I'll get a measurement wherever I put the tape. 7 and 5, 8. In with it, drop with it, in with it, drop with it. Then he had no insurance.
What kind of truck you have?
A nice ass Dodge Ram.
Man, it was a muddy mess.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we made it back. Big Tom's had a bunch of adventures on the way home.
Interesting to say the least. The trailer, my steering, it's fun.
I dragged the truck out of the road on the way home with the crane. Yeah, I didn't tell you about that. But there's the poles, there's the columns we took down. We're gonna recycle those. We got one column that we're gonna put up in a Popka next week. I'll try to shoot that. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier of a video to shoot. And it looks like I'm going to the scrapyard. So what happened, Tom? What happened?
Murphy's Law is what happened. Ah, this bar here holding this, driving snapped off.
The 2 ratchet straps. Good thing I welded that D. I shittily welded.
You had that up there.
I shittily welded that D-ring on there. Very shittily. Look how shitty that is. That's true. So luckily Tom brought his welding rig and his Hobart, and that's how we finished the job out. We did the last 5 columns with his because my machine just wasn't working at all. But now it seems to be all right. I mean, I haven't tried welding with it, but hey, I was about to go pick up the Lincoln.
That would have been fucking funny.
It is.
Well, we're in there tonight then.
Yeah.
Had to go pick it up for sure.
But
Torch the holes. I don't know. Old fashioned.
yeah, I mean, we could have done that, but that's probably what we'd end up doing. But all right, guys, this is my 3rd attempt at an outro. I don't know which I'm going to use. Maybe I'll just combine them together. But like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want. I really don't give a damn if you do or you don't, but it'd be pretty cool if you did.
Get bent if you do.
I'll see you next time. This is Melting Metal Anthony. That's Big Tom. And we'll catch you on the next one.